Hey guys, CryptoDad here again, and welcome to a special Wednesday night Q&A live. I'm going to answer a few questions. The Consensus 2019 is going on in New York, so there's a lot of excitement, and Binance just reopened today, so I've got a few things we can talk about. So let's get started. Alright guys, welcome. I'm going to see if this light works. Sort of a hit and miss thing. What do you know, it works. My Elgato. Alright. So let's see, LTC Perozzi is here, Celtic fan. D is here.
I'm eating Oreos.
Kids are still having dinner, so you might hear a little bit of chatter in the background as we get going here. Hit the like, that's very nice of you, thank you. Let's go over to the screen here. What do you think of my my thumbnail? Not bad, huh? Little springtime in the background. All right, so let's see. Here we go. Bitcoin touches. Take somebody to the hospital over there. Let's see if I can get this. Boy, I don't know what's going on with my internet tonight. Okay. Let's try this. All right, Bitcoin touches 8,200. Gold hits its highest point since April. That's the big story going on. Let's see anything else. I want to look at some of the news stories. Now I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, we're gonna look at the price charts. Yeah, we'll start there. So Bitcoin has been kind of hovering around 8,000 for most of the day and last night, and so now it seems to be a little bit on the rise, but the altcoins were having quite a day. Ethereum is up 18.91%. It's at 260. Stellar is up 22.98. It's actually come down a little bit. It was a little over 15 not too long ago, so it's been kind of on a tear. And of course there's going to be a little bit of profit taking. Tron has crossed the 3-cent mark, which hasn't happened in quite some time. Cardano is doing well, up quite a bit today, across the 9-cent mark. Mind you, a lot of these altcoins were much, much higher back in 2017. Cardano was up around $1 at the beginning of January 2018. And Bitcoin, of course, was at its high of 20,000, and so we're not even at the 10,000 mark, but there's a lot of action in the market here. Cornelio Martinez, hello.
86,400 seconds. Other customers have also asked, how many seconds is in a century?
Okay. So I don't know if I triggered Echo or someone else did. I think it was my son. Alex was talking to Echo. Check the price of BTC. We're at 83 right now. Grand Illusion from Idaho, Digibyte is up 30%. That's pretty amazing. Wow. I never thought Digibyte would go up ever. Let's see where DGB is at. Yeah, here we go. Yes, DGB has a lot of fans in the crypto community. I've been around quite a while. All the way from September of 2014. It's been on a tear today, huh? 15 points there. So we're just seeing quite a bit of upside today in the altcoins. Bitcoin was the star of the show for the last couple of weeks, and now the altcoins are beginning to shine. My opinion is that they were underpriced already. They've been beat down quite a bit last year, so I felt like they had a lot of potential. But who am I? So what I wanted to kind of focus on as far as news goes, you see this contrast with let's see, currency. Let me see if I can do this. Don't know why. Not why I'm not getting all about Bitcoin. But I'm seeing a lot of stories about Bitcoin and altcoins, and they're saying Bitcoin is going up lately and nobody knows why, is what they always say. I wish I could, if I can find that story. I don't know.
This is what you look like, Christabel.
Bitcoin. Yeah, I'm having trouble. Of course I can't find it. That's on one of my apps. Where it says Bitcoin is going up and nobody really knows why. But it's funny how they always seem to know why the stock market went up, right? They'll say, well, the stock market went up because there were some rumors that the trade deal was going to go through, and then the stock market went down because there was a problem with the trade deal, or stocks went up because of this report or that report. So they always seem to give an excuse as to why the stock market goes up and down, right? There's always a reason, right? But cryptocurrencies, nobody knows. It's just this crazy commodity that has no value, and no one should buy it, and it just goes up for no reason and then crashes because it should crash. I just love the way the mainstream media treats Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Let's see. Let's try cryptocurrency and see if I can find any of those crazy news stories. Lightning Network. Okay, there's somebody making an excuse. And then they always talk about the rally stalling, like it's a big deal when Bitcoin takes a breather. I can't seem to find that. I would love to find that. Bitcoin is up and nobody knows why. I like that story. Anyway, I can't seem to find it. But there's a lot of stuff going on with Binance. Binance is back up. We can go over here to the funds, and we can see that most of the coins are available for deposit, and withdrawals are enabled. So we can do some withdrawals tonight. I did a video on how to deposit on Binance and buy some BNB coin. So I thought that might be interesting. I might do a little bit of that tonight. I always try to buy a little bit of Bitcoin if possible, D. I try to, Bitcoin is a little bit, it's always good to have Bitcoin. Let's just start with that. But if you're hoping to catch something that's going to the moon, or you're hoping on making a long-term investment with a high return, it's a little late to catch the Bitcoin train. Unless you've got, gobs and gobs of money, and you're going to throw, say, $10,000 at Bitcoin, and then hope to get a $2,000 return. I'm sorry, a $20,000 return if it doubles in price in the next, few months. But if you've got $200 and you're going to throw it into Bitcoin and buy yourself 0.005 Bitcoin for $200, the most you're going to see back if it doubles is $400. So there's not a lot of pie in the sky to be made from Bitcoin. As far as if you're trying to catch the crypto moonshot, right? So if you want to catch the crypto moonshot, then you're better off getting 1,000 shares of Tron, or 1,000 shares of Cardano for $100 or whatever. It's gonna be more than that. But that's the idea, right? You're probably better off, if you're looking for big returns, to go with the lower cap stocks, because you can buy more shares with the money that you have. Now, I may be way off on this. It seems, but that just seems logical to me. So that's why I'm not throwing all my eggs in the Bitcoin basket. Now, of course, you could, throw some money at Ethereum, Litecoin. Those are some two top tier coins. Ripple or XRP, Stellar. Those types of coins might be seeing some large gains. And as you can see from the chart today, they have. Right, but you know, at 8,000 a share, Bitcoin, it's a little late to be into Bitcoin if you're looking for those big returns. But you know, hey, if Bitcoin shoots past 20 and then up to 40, you know, you could triple your money from 8,000, right, or quadruple your money. So that's right.
Now it's in existence. I'm gonna do it. No.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got some Bitcoin and you're going to hold it onto it for you know, several years, then by all means, you know, put what you can in Bitcoin. I'm not saying not to buy Bitcoin. I'm just saying that you know, it's always good to have it, but if you're looking to make a fortune, it may be a little late. You know, just imagine if you were able to pick up 100 Bitcoins back when it was, you know, $10 a Bitcoin, or even, you know, 6 or 7 Bitcoin back when it was 200 a share back in 2014. You know, those days are gone, right, as far as I'm concerned. All right. Hi, Dad. Should try Brave New Coin.com for your stats. It's much more accurate. Oh, okay. All right. BraveNewCoin.com. All right. I think somebody else. Huh. I got it. All right. Okay. All right, so I can see the market cap over here. And I can see these over here. Here's our data and charts, right? Ah, okay. All right. So not bad. Let's put that over in our price charts. Yeah. There's a lot of different ways to look at these. I just use CoinMarketCap because it seems kind of mainstream and you hear a lot of people referring to it. So, but yeah, we can look at the charts here, and it's all green. You know, only Tether is down a little bit today, so that's good stuff. All right, so we were talking about Binance and how Binance is up again, and we're thinking of making some withdrawals. So I'll do a little bit of ledger work, if we want to call it that. All right, I'm going to move this over here for a minute. All right, I'm going to go down here. This off. Okay. All right, so let's look. Actually, let me get it. Well, I'm never gonna get it the way I want it because of the way my screen resolution is set right now. Grand Illusion mentioned Digibyte. I guess Digibyte's up. I have 13,000 shares of it, or 1,300 shares of it. So it would be nice if that went up. So what we're going to do is I'm going to withdraw this BAT, right? And several people have asked me, how do you withdraw ERC20 tokens into Ledger Live, or store ERC20 tokens on a ledger? You can sort of, it's you basically, if you have an Ethereum account on the ledger, then you can store ERC20 tokens on there, you know, in that Ethereum address, right? You have an Ethereum wallet installed on the ledger when you install the Ethereum app. It gives you a key pair. It gives you a private key and a public key. And I can look at it using Ledger Live, right? I can look over here at this Ethereum account on my Ledger Live, and I can see that there's 0.43 Ethereum on there. But I cannot see my ERC20 tokens. But it is on the ledger, right? This is just an interface to the coin that's stored, or the address that's stored on the ledger. So why don't we, let's get into this ledger. This is my ledger black. I'm going to connect it. Right, and I'll just enter my PIN. I guess I need to plug it in on the other side here too. Alrighty. Alright, so I'll enter the PIN for the ledger. So that's this. Okay. Alrighty. Alright, and I'm looking at the ledger, and at the moment I don't have the Ethereum app on there. I've got Stellar and Tron and Bitcoin. So I'm going to have to take a couple of those off so that we can put the Ethereum app back on there. While we're waiting for this, I just got an alert today from Ledger that my Ledger Nano X has shipped and will be here on Friday. And I'm going to allow the Ledger manager to interface with my device. All right. So hopefully this is what they're telling us, that it can hold hundreds of apps. So this whole app shuffling thing will be a thing of the past, right? We'll be able to hold all of our apps on the ledger at the same time, and we won't have to do this routine where we delete an app so we can add another one, right? I'm going to see if the Ethereum will fit on here with just Bitcoin and Stellar. We'll see how that goes. Yes, no. Oh, okay, great. It's going to install the Ethereum app. You can see it's processing over there. And we've successfully installed the Ethereum app. Now that we've done that, right, we can go into the Ethereum app, right, and then go over to the Ethereum account here. And we could do a receive, right, and it's in the Ethereum app, so it's going to confirm a address, right? So there's the address, and then you can see it scrolling across the device, right? That's the failsafe, and then you just hit the check mark when you've eyeballed it, right? And there's my address, right? I'm just going to leave this up like this. There's the address. I can copy it into clipboard. Right, that is the Ethereum address of that is the public Ethereum address of this wallet, right? The private part, the private key part, is stored on the ledger. I never see it, right? I don't need to see it. I just hit the buttons when I want to use it, right? All right, so now that we know that we've got an Ethereum address on this ledger and we can see the balance of Ethereum, but we can't see the ERC20 tokens, right? We have to use a different interface, all right? And that different interface is my Ether Wallet website. There are other ways to do this, but this seems to be, and I'm not even sure because I always use this way, myetherwallet.com, right? So I'm going to choose access my wallet. Now, if you're using the latest version of the Ledger and you're using Ledger Live and you're on the latest firmware, there are no settings that you need to set in the Ethereum app. In the old days, there was like this contract data and web support and all this other stuff that was on here that you needed to adjust when you switched between the Ledger apps and the MEW, the My Ether Wallet. You don't have to do that anymore, right? If you're in the Ethereum app, you've got everything you need. The defaults work just fine. I'm going to choose Ledger here, choose hardware. Now, the one thing that you do have to be aware of is this Ledger address was the old style. I created it when I was using the old Chrome apps. If you created one with Ledger Live, then the address format is slightly different. But in my case, I'm just going to use the default because this address was created using the old app. It's not a big deal. You just, if you don't see your balance, then just flip back and go to the other one, right? It's not, it's a 50-50. It's not rocket science. It's not like, oh my God, where's my ETH, right? So you just need to remember that. All right, so, but I know the address is here, and I can choose access my wallet, right? And there's the wallet, and there is the address, right? Same address, EB5D F9A7, blah, 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 blah. It's the same address. So it's the exact same wallet. We're just using a different interface, right? But we're using an improved interface as far as I'm concerned because I can see all these ERC20 tokens over here. At least I think I can. They don't seem to have loaded yet. It's kind of weird. We'll give it a minute. I don't know. There was a transaction on 5/3 that succeeded. That was a while back. All right. I don't know why they're all loading. That's kind of weird. Okay. All right. Well, whatever. I'll blab around a little while and see what happens. Normally what you'll see over there is zeros, because most of them are just not on your device, right? Okay. Someone's saying that you should never use My Ether wallet because your coins can be stolen. Possibly if you're using their standalone wallets and you're exposing your private key to the website, that's possible. But I'm not doing it that way. I'm using my Ledger Nano S. The private keys are never being sent across the internet. The website is interfacing with my Ledger Nano S. All of the sends that go out have to be signed by the private key on the Ledger Nano S, but the private key is never leaving the Ledger Nano S. So go ahead and try to steal my Ethereum, because you can't unless you are, if you break into my house and press the buttons for me and force me to send it to another address, maybe. But there's no way a hacker can steal my Ethereum by me using my Ether wallet website, right? And there is a possibility that I'm being phished, or someone else might be being phished. And there are ways that you can get hacked on this site, but not if you know what you're doing and you're being careful. This is the My Ether Wallet website. If I misspell it and I use only one L, then there's probably some kind of crazy phishing site that is pretending to be My Ether Wallet that might be able to access my wallet by giving me false information, and then when I go to send crypto, I send it to their address instead of the address I'm intending. That's all has happened in the past, but like as we're speaking, this is a perfectly safe website to use. It's been around forever. I use it all the time. No one has ever stolen my crypto, so I don't know what else I can say. Right? I'm just trying to show you guys how to use this site to manage your ERC20 tokens. All right, so but it's giving me this whole loading business, which I don't understand. It's never done that before. Maybe John B and D, or the B and D team. Okay, they're verging on trolling, if you ask me. Okay, trying to focus here. To re-enter my PIN. Alright, I'm going to go back into the Ethereum app and see if I can get that thing to stop showing load over there. It's like really irritating. Okay. Alright, here we go. Let's try this again. Huh. Still getting that weird load thingy. Don't know what that's about. All right. Well, I guess I can show you how to move ERC20 tokens tonight. All right. Let's see. Okay. Still says load. Don't know what that's about. Okay. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they are stealing my stuff. Okay. Yes, indeed. Something did go wrong. Well, whatever. Okay, now BAT says nothing. All right. Okay. Maybe there's a problem with their site. I don't know. Okay. Whatever. Okay, good. Thank you, B. He's just trying to warn us all, and me, about stuff. There's nothing wrong with that. Alright. Alright, I'm going to use this other ledger. Maybe there's something crazy going on. Maybe they're stealing from that ledger, so I'll give them this ledger to steal from. Oh, dear. Alright, come on. I was all pumped up to show you guys how to do this, and now I'm getting, like, weird stuff happening. Whoops, not Tron. Oh, cripes, I don't have it on this. Oh, okay. Forget it. It's not going to happen. All right. I got to go and I'll have to go into Manager and delete apps and load again, and I just don't have the strength to do that right now. Just like, come on already. I will be so happy when I get this Ledger Nano X and I don't have to shuffle apps anymore. It's just a royal pain in the butt, if you ask me. But it is a good device, so, you know, I'm willing to deal with it. Alright. Alright. You know, I could do, let me see. I could do MetaMask. Why don't we do MetaMask? Let's put in a new tab here. Let's see if MetaMask will be nice to us. All right. Okay. All right. So we've got an Ethereum address here, and we want to put some BAT in there. All right. Let's see here. All right. There's no tokens in here, but let's try that again. Oh, this is account 2. Okay. Is there an account 1? No, it's just one account. But it says 2. Yes, let's just put my account on there. It just seems odd that it was okay. All right, and so let's say we want to add a token, right? Let's add BAT. All right, there it is, basic attention token. Hit next, and that's it. All right, so we've got the Ethereum balance and we've got the BAT balance, right? The BAT is 0. Hey, Nurse Dan, thank you. That was very nice of you. Giving me a tip in the middle of the early evening. Very nice. If you've got a question, throw it out there. So here we're going to go. We're going to throw the BAT that we had over here. First of all, let's get the address. Well, we know what the address is. Oh, actually... The address of this one is going to be slightly different, right? I just hit up here, copied. So we're dealing with this Ethereum address, which is up here. See if I could do a deposit, right? If I don't know what that's all about. All right, so that would be like from an exchange, right? So I just want to, okay. Used to be, I thought there used to be a receive down here, but I must be wrong. All right, so I've just copied the Ethereum address, right? So let's go back over to Binance in our Brave browser, and let's withdraw a little bit of BAT. I'm not going to do it all. I'm just going to do a little bit of it. It's going to cost me a little bit to do it, But let's just do 10. Yeah, see how much I'm going to lose if I do that? I would much rather put it on my my ledger. But it's just not being nice tonight for some reason. Let's get this. Yeah, I just don't get that. Why is it doing that? All right, maybe let's try it in Chrome. Sometimes the browser is just being difficult. All right, let's try it in Chrome and see if that's the problem. It's a browser thing. All right, let's go back here. Whoops. All right. No, I don't know if there's like a... Aha! There we go. Thank goodness. That's what I was expecting to see. Alrighty then. So I would rather send the BAT to this wallet instead. And I'm just going to send it all, right? We'll do copy. Well, I'll send a little bit. I'll still be nice. All right, so let's go over here. Let's close this one so we don't get confused. Okay, and let's see. What am I going to do? Here's the address, right? That's that address that we were talking about, the Ethereum address, the address on the ledger. And let's send, we'll send 100. Let's send 100. All right, and I'll send 104. That way I'll get 100. I'm going to pay 4. All right, we'll hit submit. And we're going to need our Google Authenticator code for Binance, because that's where we're withdrawing it from. You'll notice I don't need to hit anything on the Ledger, because the Ledger, it doesn't mind if I send crypto, right? It's not going to object to that. If I receive crypto, if I'm sending to the wallet, the wallet doesn't mind if people send crypto, right? It's only when you try to send out that you have to use the buttons, right? So let's go over and check the email. That's me. Hasn't come yet. All right. I'll just wait a sec. There it goes. All right, so there it is. We're going to confirm that withdrawal request. We can go to deposits and withdrawal page, and you can see that the 100 BAT is being processed, and we'll just check it out in the browser over here and just kind of wait for it to come in. Right? You can do the interface has improved quite a bit over time. They didn't used to have this refresh in the window, right? You used to kind of have to refresh the whole web page, and then you would have to re-log in and all that good stuff. So we'll just hang out, and so that's it, right? And you see that the batch is going to show up over here. There's a little bit of bat dust in there now, that 0.76. So now that we've sent it from Binance, we'll just wait for it to show up over on our end. No biggie. I really don't know what the heck was going on with the token display in the Brave browser. I love the Brave browser for privacy, anonymity, getting paid for ads, getting micro contributions from other people for using Brave, watching my channel. I love all that stuff, but I have to say there are a few little things that have to do with functionality that don't always work right in the Brave browser. And I'm willing to accept that. Right? I don't mind that. There's always a little bit of trade-off, and then we're hoping as time goes by things improve. One of the things you can do in Brave browser is when you're on a particular site, you can hit this Brave Shields thing, and you can see that shields are up for this site. It seems to be working okay now, but there are times where a site might not be functioning properly, and you can turn shields off to allow some functionality, like if you want to watch a video in a an embedded video and stuff like that. So keep that in mind if you're using Brave, that you can always click the little lion head up here, and then you can turn shields on and off. Right? You have like a lot of fine control over the website and how it's handled. All right, so let's just. Usually, my Ether wallet doesn't take too long to for some ERC20 tokens to show up. So let's just see what happens. Not yet. Nurse Dan, thank you very much. D says, every time Rex sees me in the stream, I see a glimpse of happiness from him. Am I doing something right? That's funny. You ask hard questions, D. I'll give you that. So Alan says he doesn't like to mess with the little cryptos anymore. What am I showing? I can't see any of you guys. I can see your little avatars. I can see the same screen that you guys see on the side there. Reboot and try again. Yes, that's what usually you have to do. Maybe if I close that browser and open it up again, it might work. But it's probably the Brave Shield for Brave. But anyway, we've got everything up and running over here in Chrome. So that's fine. And usually it does work in Chrome. All right, so there we go. You can see now that there's 100 BAT in this address now. And so let me reiterate. It is on the ledger, if you want to think of it that way, right? A lot of people go, how do I put ERC20 tokens on my ledger, right? That's one question. Sometimes they'll say, how can I see my ERC20 tokens in Ledger Live? And the answer is you can't, right? The only thing you can see in Ledger Live for that Ethereum address is the Ethereum balance. So you have to use My Ether Wallet or My Crypto. That's another I think it's the same company. You can use My Crypto to do pretty much this as well. All right, pretty cool. So there we go. We got that BAT. Now I want to do something cool with that Binance coin, right? I think I've talked to you guys before about storing your private keys on your phone. So we're going to do that. Let me go back. There were some questions here. I saw Mr. David. Square Cash app is way better than Coinbase for me. Is it available on Android? Lots of people say that one comes up barely, but it doesn't work on one Android. So let's look. If we just look on the Google Play Store and see if there's a Square Cash app. So there is one for Android. Actually, it looks like this one is. I don't know if that means that this is compatible with a computer. I guess I could install it in the Chrome browser and use it that way. That's interesting. But whether it works on an Android phone, I'm not sure. I don't have an Android phone. But why don't we do that? I'll just. We'll go to Binance, and we're gonna withdraw some of that the BNB, right? Right. You'll notice there's some BNB. Let's get that right. There's some BNB on a Binance, and I want to take it out. I want to withdraw it. The first thing I'll mention is please don't withdraw Binance coin to an ERC20 address like we just did with BAT. BNC is no longer an ERC20 token. So what if you try to do it, I think it will go. It might not now because of the way the address format works. So like if I were to try to do this number, I'm not sure it would do it, right? Well, let's see. Let's do 0.01. If it'll even let me do that. No, 0.2. I would know how to get it back. Now, it shouldn't let me do this. It should tell me, hey, this is a ERC, this is an Ethereum address. It shouldn't let me withdraw it, but it might, right? So let me the least amount possible. Will it? Okay. Because my gosh. Okay. It looks like it is going to let me do it. Kids, don't try this at home. Oh, okay. All right. So even Binance knows now that you can't, it shouldn't allow you to send your Binance coin to an Ethereum address anymore. So there's a fail-safe built in now. So you shouldn't run into that. There are some other newer coins that will actually allow you to do that, and you lose your coins when you do that. But we're not going to do that. We're not. Okay. So where were we? All right, so we're going to take some of this BNB coin off. Oh, okay. So I remember I was going to do the Cash App for you guys. Whoops. Oh, it was mirroring. Okay. Okay. Oh, I unmirrored it. Okay, my bad. So I was having all kinds of trouble getting this to work this morning. Wow. But it's back, right? I rebooted the computer. I did all kinds of stuff, and it finally got it to work. So Mr. David was asking about the Cash App. So let's do a little Cash App stuff. I have to do this. Sorry. What am I trying to do? Oh, okay. I'm trying to scroll my window down here. Coinbase Pro. Okay, so here we go. Let's talk about how to buy Bitcoin. I'm going to use Cash App because they have a low fee as far as I'm concerned. It's about 1%. So much lower than Coinbase. If I go to Coinbase, let's go to Coinbase. Let's go to Coinbase. Sign ourselves in. Verify. And let's say I have a mind to buy some Bitcoin, right? And I decide I'm going to buy some Bitcoin, and I want to buy $50 worth of Bitcoin. Okay. Now look over here. They're going to charge me $1.99 just right off the bat, right there. $1.99 for $50 worth of Bitcoin. So I'm only going to get $48.01 worth of Bitcoin on Coinbase, and it goes up, right? If I want to buy $100 worth of Bitcoin, it's going to cost me $3.84. If I want to buy $1,000 worth of Bitcoin, it's going to cost me $38.37. So Coinbase is high, right? Now we could use Coinbase Pro if we want. But the only problem with Coinbase Pro is you can't link it to a debit card. So the only way to get money into Coinbase Pro is to wire it or transfer it. All right, so let's see if I can figure it out here. Right, I want to make a deposit of US dollars, right? All right, so it can come from my checking account. That's fine. It can come from a wire. You can do that. Or it could come from my Coinbase wallet if I already have some in my Coinbase wallet, which I've already paid that merchant charge on, right? So that's no good, right? So the only way that I can fund my Coinbase Pro account is with a bank transfer that takes 7 to 10 business days. I've done it, and it's nerve-wracking. If you've got the patience to put that money in there ahead of time, that's great. But if you wake up one morning and something's going to the moon and you want to buy some crypto, it's not you have to be prepared in advance, right? But let's say I wake up one morning and I say, you know what, I just got to buy some Bitcoin. So let me just run over to my Cash App, right? So I'm going to hit Cash App. I have no, let's go with it. All right, that's the home page, right? I'm going to hit that little person icon on the top left. I guess I could put my picture there. I have no cash, so I'm going to hit cash. I'm going to hit add cash. Right? Let's hit $50. Add 50. You added 50. Done. Right? Let's close this. Let's go over to Bitcoin. let's buy Bitcoin. I'm going to buy 50. Hit buy. There it goes. Confirm. I purchased Bitcoin. Boom. It's done. Right? Now, and you can see I have 49.37. So instead of costing me $1.99, it cost me what, 63 cents? So not, I mean, it's not huge difference. It's less, right? And I'm assuming the more I buy, the more I'm going to save on the Cash App. And it took me 2 seconds. Well, 10 seconds. It took me 10 seconds to buy that Bitcoin. I now have the Bitcoin. And I believe there's I believe it's like a $10,000 a week limit. I mean, there's some limits on there. I'm not sure exactly where they're at. But even if you're a big player, you could have, and you had, 5,000 in your bank account, you could have done this too, right? It links to your debit card. And so it's just as easy as going to the ATM or using your debit card in the store. It takes about 10 seconds to purchase some Bitcoin. And now I have the Bitcoin, right? And I could put it on an exchange, right? So let's go ahead and deposit it on Binance, right? So I'll go back over here. I'm going to go to BTC, right down here. I'm going to hit deposit, right? And then I'm going to hit show QR code, right? All right, I'll move this over a little bit. And I'm going to go down back to Bitcoin. And I'm going to scroll down a little bit where it says withdraw Bitcoin. And I'm going to slide that puppy all the way over to the side. I'm going to hit withdraw. And there is that camera, the QR code. Just going to lift it up to my computer screen. And boom. There we go. Right? And now it wants my PIN. So I'm going to hide that. Not that you guys really care. All right. There we go. So I just initiated the withdrawal. So if I hadn't been blabbing away, I could have bought the added cash to the card, bought the Bitcoin, transferred the Bitcoin within like 15 or 20 seconds, right? Easy peasy. All right. So now it's empty again, and the Bitcoin is on its way over to Binance. So quick, easy, and cheap. Now, to transfer the Bitcoin over to Binance could take a while, right? It's better when you use Litecoin. But unfortunately, the Cash App doesn't support Litecoin. Now, you might try something else like Loaf Wallet or something else might be better. But as far as I'm concerned right now, that's a great way to fund your cryptocurrency accounts, right? Just use Cash App. Quick, easy, and cheap. All right. So now let me take a look at some of these questions before I do my big BNB transfer. Max Damien El Monte, do you think altcoins will rise when Fidelity Ameritrade starts trading them? I think that altcoins will have a good. They're going to be part of the new bull market, and I think that when Fidelity opens trading, they're not going to be trading all of the altcoins. I think they're just going to be trading Bitcoin and maybe a couple others. So I think that the top tier coins are going to see the immediate surge and effect when people start buying Bitcoin using their Ameritrade accounts. And we've talked about this. It's not. I mean, there's a little bit of technical expertise that you need to purchase Bitcoin as it stands, the way it is now. But if a 75-year-old guy can just pick up the phone and call his broker at Ameritrade and say, "Hey, buy me $1,000 worth of Bitcoin," and his broker says, "No problem, Charlie, you got it," and then he's got it, right? That's as easy as it can get. And then when he wants to sell it, he can call his broker and say, "Hey, sell that all that Bitcoin I just bought because the price has gone up." That's what we're looking for, right? Now, when you think about that, though, that's not really what Bitcoin was envisioned to do, right? Bitcoin should be held personally, using your own private key, your own wallet. You know, this idea of I can call my broker and have my broker buy Bitcoin for me, even though I don't know anything about Bitcoin or how to use it or how to store it, you're not really using Bitcoin, right? It's just like some I'm trying to think of the word for virtual, right? An entity just floating out there, because they're the ones with the private key, the Ameritrade account. I'm sure they're gonna be, you know, they're gonna be the custodians of all that cryptocurrency. That's why they want to get into it. Then they can leverage it, right? They may have the option to withdraw to your own wallet if you have a mind to do so. But I think the mainstream adoption is about people that don't have any technical expertise being able to just go on their website and purchase it, or call their broker and purchase it. So it's good and bad, right? Coinbase Pro is good for a 100K trade. It's only $150. You just have to be patient. And if you got $100,000, you can afford to be patient, right? D, random request, but can you refresh the BTC price chart until it goes up as little as $1, and then over-exaggerated being happy? Okay, so there was a new, this one, right? This is what the new one. Here we are, BCH, right? Was it BTC you wanted to see me get happy about? BTC. Oh, okay. Is it still going up? Well, it started at 83 when we were here, when we started the... so I can pretend to be a little bit happy, or a little bit sad. It went down to 82.75. Phone versus Ledger. The X is beginning to sound like the next simpler step. Securing the private key. Is the Android a simpler way? I've talked about this, and I'm going to demo this in a minute. Storing your private key on your phone has some advantages and maybe some disadvantages. You could lose your phone could get stolen. Someone could force you to open your phone by, holding you at gunpoint. They could do the same thing with the Ledger Nano X too. If you have a hardware wallet and you keep it at home, then you're less vulnerable. But if you're going to carry wallets around with you, if you want them to be usable, then the Ledger Nano X is portable, and your phone is portable, right? So there are two ways to carry around a real bona fide Bitcoin cryptocurrency wallet, right? You just want to be careful not to, carry your mother lode around with you wherever you go. You might want to. Transport all of, like your $100,000 worth of crypto with you when you go out of town, or you go out of the country. I heard some people mention that to me. It's like, hey, I got a Ledger, and I got $10,000 worth of crypto on me, and nobody's the wiser. So that may be your intention, but I would imagine that it's better to just carry working amounts around on your portable wallets. So anyway, but we talked about putting the private keys on your phone. We want a non-custodial wallet on our phone where the private key is stored encrypted on our phone, and we have control over the wallet, either through a password, a entry code, or a Face ID, right? It protects that crypto, right? So let me give you a demonstration of that. Mr. Neil, yes, I do have some videos on how to... here, let me put this on here. Yeah, well, there's a little bit of dispute about the video. The name of that video is how to move your Google Authenticator codes to a new phone. Right? You have an old phone and you want to move all of those codes onto the new phone, so to speak. And so I demo that in this video, and then a bunch of people object. They go, you're not really moving them. You're deleting them on the old phone, and you're adding new ones on the new phone. And I'm kind of like, well, in effect, you're moving them, right? Because you have a code for your Binance on your old phone, and you need a code on your new phone, the 2FA code on your new phone. So yeah, okay, I delete it from the old phone and add it to the new phone. But in effect, I've moved that functionality from the old phone to the new phone. Whatever. But that's basically what this video demonstrates. And this particular video, usually it goes through like how to do it on Coinbase, how to do it on Binance, how to do it on Bittrex, on Google, a couple other things. It's a very popular video. Yeah, so check that out. All right, so without further ado, let's minimize this. Now, I'm going to show you guys the Trust Wallet. All right, the Trust Wallet is up here in the corner, and it's compatible with Binance, right? Now, when you set up the Trust Wallet, you're going to need to write down your 24-word recovery phrase. It needs to be done properly. It's a full-blown Bitcoin wallet. If you lose the backup phrase and you forget your password, you've lost your crypto, right? No one is going to be able to recover it for you. So we're going to go into the Trust Wallet, and you can see that I've got some coins on here. And one of those coins is Binance coin. So you can see that there's some BNB coin on there. Now down here at the bottom, you can see the old Binance coin, which is the ERC20 token. And you can see there's some Ethereum on here. There's some ADX, which is an ERC20 token, and the social activity. There's some ERC20 tokens. But these tokens here at the top, the Mithril, the Spend coin, and the Now token, those are BNB coins. Those are sub-tokens on the Binance chain. So I've got some Binance coins stored in this wallet. How do I deposit some more Binance coin into this wallet? All right, so that's what we want to do. So I can hit the Binance, and I can hit receive, and it's going to give me, it's going to give me the code. I don't really have any way of scanning that code, so I'm just going to copy it, and then I'm going to email it to myself. It's just the easiest way for me to do it from the phone. What I'm emailing myself is my Binance address. All right, that's the address of my Binance wallet in the Trust Wallet. Send that over there. And I just received it. Let's go back over here. Let's go here. All right, now what I want to do is go over here to Binance. And I'm trying to get this in the right spot, right? Still not very good, is it? Just get it out of the way for a minute. All right, so I got some Binance coin I want to withdraw. We were here before. We tried to send it to the wrong address. It wouldn't let me. So I'm going to paste in. Whoops, that's not the right one. I think I need to check my email first, right? Crazy me. All right. All right, there we go. That's my Binance address. Copy. All right, so now let's put that in here. That is the BNB address of this phone wallet, right? We can eyeball it too. We can move it over here. We can tap Binance, and we can hit receive, and you can see it right there. BNB1Q807, blah, 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 blah. It's the same one as this, right? So we've eyeballed it. We know we're sending it to the right address, right? And then how much do we want to send? I don't need a memo, right? I don't need a memo when I'm sending to my own wallet. Right? That's for cryptocurrency exchange wallets, when they will ask you to provide a memo. But I don't need that memo here. All right, I'll send 2. I'm not going to go crazy. I'm going to send 2.005, right? So I'm going to get the 2. I've included the transaction fee, so I'll get 2. I'll hit submit, and then we'll go back over to the Google Authenticator. Oh, the Cash App just told me that my Bitcoin is on the blockchain. Good for them. All right, now we're going to have to go through this again. We'll just wait a minute for that confirmation email. Whenever you send out something on Binance,
No. No.
kids are
I am not washing my
kids are screaming at each other. Alex doesn't want to wash his hair. Boy, man, this is taking forever. They must be busy tonight, right? There it is. All right, so I'm going to confirm that withdrawal. All right, and go to deposit and withdrawal page, and we can see that BNB processing out. Let's take a look over here at the phone. I just got done putting in my code, so let's do that. Let's go back here, and let's just hang out and wait for that BNB to come in. As you can see now, it's 2.8346, right? So we just want to wait to see what happens here. And I can refresh by pulling down like this, and as we wait for that to come in. While we're doing that, we can also kind of check over here in deposits and see that BTC that we sent from the Cash App coming into Binance. So that will shortly be available in my Binance account. It's there, it's just not spendable yet. All right, let's check this withdrawal. Still processing. Let's pull down on the phone. Not yet. So what's going to happen is we'll see 4 BNB in a few minutes. And then we can go over to the Binance DEX for a minute, and I'll show you that. And we'll make a little purchase. See how that goes. That'll be fun, huh? All right. So while I'm waiting on that, okay, there's a Brave ad coming through. While I'm waiting on that, okay, so I told Neil about the 2FA video. Coinbase likes to show your funds as their assets for 7 days, probably getting interest on deposited funds, and they have hundreds of millions of other people's money at 2%. It's a great little con. Good point, Randall. I mean, they're probably making, they probably have the funds in their possession, but they're not releasing them to you yet, right? You've made the transfer, but they're not allowing you to spend them because of some crazy ancient bank clearing requirement, right? That's, you know, when you talk about that Bitcoin takes a while to clear or confirm on the blockchain, that's nothing compared to banks where, you know, things take 2 to 3 business days or 7 to 10 business days or whatever the heck it takes, right, for a check that you know, your payroll check that you deposit there every 2 weeks, and they know your face. You come in there every 2 weeks with your paycheck. They won't give it to you until the next day, right? They give me like $200 of it, and then the rest of it doesn't clear until the next day. It's ridiculous. But I digress. We'll just hang out. There it goes. All right. So now you can see that we've got the Binance coin in the Trust wallet. It went from 2 to 4. And there it is, right? We've got it. And so now, why don't we play around with Binance DEX a little bit? Because as it just so happens, this wallet is compatible with the Binance DEX. So let's take a look at that. That's really cool. That is totally cool. So let's go to crypto exchanges. I'm going to go down here to the new Binance DEX. I'll just move this out of the way for a little bit. Now, this is the new decentralized Binance exchange, and I'm going to interface with it with my phone. I have the Trust wallet and the private keys are being held on my phone in the Trust wallet for my Binance. And these other sub tokens, which I'll show you here in a second. So I'm going to choose Unlock Wallet. And we could use the Ledger, right? You could install the Binance app on the Ledger and then go into the Binance Chain app and use your Ledger to connect to this, just like you use on my Ether wallet, or a better analogy is my Ether Delta, like a decentralized Ethereum exchange. But we're going to do it the cool way. We're going to use the Wallet Connect, right? So I'm going to click this QR code, and then we'll bring the phone back up over here. Now you see up here this little icon with the square icon with the line in the middle. That is what you tap to gain access to the Wallet Connect. So it says down there Wallet Connect. I'll tap Wallet Connect. It comes up. I scan it, and boom, I am connected to the Binance DEX trading app. Right? I'm just going to put the phone aside for a sec, and I'm going to hide it for a minute. And so here we are. And now you can also see, if I go to balances, there are those Binance coins that I was showing you that are showing on the Trust wallet on the phone. Those are full-fledged Binance chain tokens, right? They live on the Binance mainnet, right? They're sub-tokens on the Binance mainnet, just the way an ERC20 token is on the Ethereum network. So here I am, and I can actually trade a little bit if I want to. All right, so you can see there's some coins over here that I can buy right now. There's only 3 that are available, but we can buy a little bit of them and see how things go. So if we'll go to Material. Spend coin is way up today. That's pretty cool. I'm just going to stick with Mithril. It was the first one that was ever on there. And I can go down here where it says 25%. And so for 1.2 BNB, I can buy 734. So why don't I just take that down a notch? I'll just buy 1, right? I'll buy 610. And so let me put the phone back up so you can see what happens. I'm going to hit Buy Myth. And then you'll notice that it shows up on the phone over there. So now the phone is going to sign that request, right? There's a transaction request, got sent to the phone. It wants a signed transaction. So I can sign the transaction with the private key on my phone by tapping that Approve. I'm going to do that. Right? And then you'll see over there it says Limit Order Created. So you can't do a market order yet, but you can do a limit order. Now, I did not send the private key of the phone across the internet to the Binance DEX website. The Binance DEX website sent me like a file, a transaction request, right? It had the amount, the address, and all that stuff. It sent that to my phone. Then my phone, within that wallet, signed that transaction. So it was no longer a request. It was now a signed transaction, but the private key stayed on the phone, right? And then that signed transaction went back across the internet to the DEX and said to the DEX, it's okay, the wallet has approved this trade, and so now it can be executed, all right? Now, there's not a lot of liquidity on the Binance DEX right now, so a lot of times you'll make a trade and it'll just stay there, right, for a long time. I've seen these Mithril transactions like just sit there for like a day sometimes. I'll just go to bed and then the next morning it'll execute, and it's a little disconcerting because you see less of a balance on your phone, because as you'll see over here on the balance that there's some BNB coin that is being held, so it doesn't show up in your balance anymore. So you don't see the new coin because the trade hasn't executed, and you don't see the old one anymore either because it's no longer available, right? It's being held over here. So, but you know, just show a little patience. It'll eventually, the trade will go through, and it'll show up in your wallet, right? So let's look back. Right now, I'm gonna and watch this. I'll do this one more time. If I exit the app, let's like if I hit cancel up here, and I want to disconnect, I hit approve, right? It goes away, and then I disconnect from the DEX at the same time. So you'll notice there's a little bit less in the wallet now, right? The Binance coin, well, actually the Binance coin still shows up as 4. Let's refresh. Okay, there we go. Now you can see the Binance coin is showing 3.8 instead of 4.8. And then the Mithril is the same amount that was there before. It hasn't increased yet. That 610 Mithril hasn't gone out yet. So, but when the trade executes, then the phone will catch up. All right. So that's withdrawing BNB. And then let's go back over here to Binance and just check my transaction history. That Bitcoin that we bought on the Cash App is now in there. Let's go over to funds. Let's hide low balances. And you can see there's some Bitcoin in there. Right? So I'm just going to buy some more BNB with that Bitcoin. I'm going to hit trade. I'll go to the BNB BTC trading pair. We'll go down here to market. And I'll just hit 100%. And then I'll hit buy BNB. And the market order gets created. And we'll go back to funds. And now you can see that it's all Binance coin again, right? I sort of replaced what I just sent over to the other wallet. So, but for those of you who don't grasp this fully, the Binance is a decentralized exchange, and they're the ones holding the crypto. They're the ones that control the private key. The Trust Wallet is a non-custodial wallet. I hold this wallet in the palm of my hand. The private key is owned by me, and it's stored on my phone. I have it backed up so that if I lose the phone or wipe the app off my phone or any other kind of calamity, I, drop the phone, step on it, whatever, I still have that crypto. So it's mine, right? But by the same token, if I lose my backup and I forget my password or I lose my phone, it's gone, right? That's the way crypto works. It's adults only, right? All right, guys. I'm probably not going to go all the way till 7:30. My family's been wondering why I've been doing live streams so much. My wife says yes. Okay, last few questions. D is asking, seems like the downside of the Cash App is the 5 to 10 minute wait when sending from Cash App to your own address. If you need the BTC immediately, use Coinbase and pay the extra fee for instant transactions. That is true, but if you're on Coinbase buying that BTC and you want, say, some obscure coin that's not on Coinbase, then you're still going to need to transfer from Coinbase to Binance or Coinbase to Bittrex, right? If all you want to buy is XRP or BAT or something that already is on Coinbase, then you're right. It's just instantaneous. You get it, you spend it, you make your trade, and you're done, right? But if you're looking for something like, let's see, let's give a good example of this. See, you can buy BAT on Coinbase. But let's say something like Neo or Eon or TRX. You can't buy TRX on Coinbase. So you're still going to have that lag where you buy it on Coinbase and then you have to send it across the blockchain to your exchange. So you get that with Coinbase or Cash App, depending on where you're trying to buy. But if all you want is, say, ZRX or BTC, Litecoin, BAT, Ethereum, all of those are available on Coinbase. In fact, you don't even need to buy the Bitcoin first. You can buy BAT directly on Coinbase with your credit card, or I'm sorry, your debit card. Joshua, first time here, nice to see you. With the current rate of hacking, is paramount to put your coins in a wallet and Nano? Question mark. Yes, best practice is to keep your cryptocurrency in your own wallet. I mean, that's just, the general rule, the best rule. If you're a trading type and you're going to make these hairpin decisions, hairpin trigger guy, you want to buy, you want to be ready, and your gun cocked and everything so that you can make that trade at that split second, as it goes up, then yeah, leave it on the exchange, right? But always use two-factor authentication. Don't respond to phishing emails. Don't give people your credentials when they call you on the phone and they claim they're from Binance, or if they send you an email and they claim they're from Binance. I mean, just be smart, right? And if you remember, Binance got hacked, but they were able to make good on all of the accounts that got hacked, right? So that's a good testament to Binance, right? And they're going to recover that $40 million in like 2 months. So they made their users whole, and they're going to recover the funds. It hurt. I'm sure it hurt, but the users didn't lose anything. But there are a lot of exchanges where they get hacked and you're out of luck because you had your cryptocurrency stored on their servers, right? So best practice, if you're in long-term storage or you just want to hold it and spend it, put it in your own wallet. Long-term paper wallet or hardware wallet or desktop wallet, and then on your phone, just throw some working crypto in there, right? I've been using Brave browser for a month now. How do you like it? I like it a lot. I like Brave. I've been using it for a while. They just added the feature where you can get paid for clicking their ads. It blocks ads and trackers by default, it's always done that, and that's always why I've liked it. So I'm only looking forward to it improving its functionality and its features, right? In the near future, you'll be able to take your BAT that's in your Brave Rewards wallet and actually spend it on things that you might want on the internet, like gift tokens or whatever, or coupons or whatever. I don't think they're ever going to just allow you to withdraw it directly to another wallet and just cash out. That would seem to be defeat the purpose of this whole interface, this whole ecosystem. You're getting rewarded for watching ads, which you should be. The advertisers should be paying me to watch their ads, and then as I accumulate these rewards, I should be able to get things I like within the browser. That's cool. Mr. Davis says, what's the difference between Trust Wallet, Binance, and MEW? Well, the Trust Wallet is a phone-based wallet, and it's a standalone wallet. It was bought by Binance. Binance owns it, and you can store Binance coin on it. So it's a good way to store Binance coin. And you can also use it to interface with the Binance DEX, which you can't do that in MEW. MEW is for viewing Ethereum and ERC20 tokens. So MEW is just a wallet for sending and receiving and viewing balances. Whereas Trust Wallet is also a wallet for sending and receiving and viewing balances. But it also has that additional functionality of being able to connect to the Binance DEX, right? And you can't store Binance coin on MEW, right? Binance coin is not compatible with MEW. Binance is its own mainnet coin now, and so there are just a few wallets out there that are compatible for storing your BNB coin off their servers, right? And that's what Trust Wallet is. That's why I've been showing you Trust Wallet. Always use a cold wallet. Yes, good point. You know, this is a cold wallet in the sense that I'm never sending crypto across the internet, and it's never really like online, right? The private key is stored separate from the computer. That's the idea. Even when it's connected to the computer, it never sends the private key to the computer. It signs transactions. Like a transaction comes in, it gets signed, and then the signed transaction goes out, but the private keys never leave the device. That's a cold wallet. A hot wallet is like a desktop wallet where the private key is on your computer somewhere, and someone could infect your computer and steal your private key. Or it's a hot wallet that's on your phone that you don't really control the private key, you just interface. Like Uphold is like that. Uphold's a good wallet, but it's not. It's more of a hot wallet. Exodus, kind of a hot wallet. But that's a long discussion. Coinbase only supports 11 coins total. Yes, good point. Binance has hundreds, maybe thousands. I'm not sure. Thanks, Dad. Do you have a link on creating a wallet for Coinbase and Binance, and also how to put altcoins on the Ledger Nano? Well, that's a there's a lot there to unpack. I have a lot of videos on using the Ledger Nano S. I've done some videos on the Coinbase wallet. I've done quite a few on the Binance wallet. So let's look over here and in my videos, and we'll just do we'll search my videos for Binance, and yeah, I mean, I did Binance this morning. I talk about it in the live Q&A quite a bit. I did this one on how to reset your 2FA on Binance. Here's using the new Binance chain, BNB. I think I have one on setting up Trust Wallet. There it is. Using Wallet Connect with Trust Wallet and the Binance mainnet DEX. So that's probably the most relevant to the several questions that you asked in that sentence, that video. So you might want to check out that video. And then I've got like playlists for Ledger stuff. I have a lot of videos on how to use a Ledger, how to set it up, how to store altcoins on there, how to restore it, all that stuff. Okay, guys, I'm going to cut it short tonight. I will definitely be here on Friday. Don't forget, every Friday I have the live stream, live Q&A from LA. Please join me for that. I'll do my best to get all your questions answered, and I appreciate all your support, all of you. You don't know what it means to me, but it means a lot. And if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I would appreciate it. When you subscribe, there's a little bell that you can click that will allow you to be alerted whenever I post new content. Once again, thanks for joining me, and hope to see you again soon.